Alright, pproteus here, back for round 6, last round of the Pauper challenge. I kept this hand with some flaws against an unknown opponent who turns out to be on red deck wins, well, / goblins. And the flaws are a lot more pronounced against decks that can just lightning bolt my guys, which I think is going to happen here. Maybe. Goblin War Marshal. Maybe this deck is like actual goblins. I haven't played against actual goblins in ages. Ooh, I like vines. I wonder if it's worth waiting a turn in order to save my guy from Fire Blast with vines. Could be. But just lets the War Marshal go. Okay, what else have we got here? Goblin Bushwhacker. Okay. I can take a bunch of damage here. I think Vault Scourge is going to have to save me. Which means that I'm going to need my opponent to not have Fire Blast. But yeah, if my opponent does not have Fire Blast... Oh, well, I drew Rancor. Rancor makes me feel a lot better about waiting one turn, I think. So my opponent's got 5 power on board. Yeah, I'm Rancoring. I get to play around Fire Blast, which would just kill me if they cast it here. But now I'm going to get to cast Elephant Guide unless my opponent has 2 instant speed removes. Or I guess they could have 1 sorcery speed and then another 1 instant speed. Now, my opponent didn't have a 3rd land, so they clearly have stuff. So this may not work out exactly how I want it to work out, but at least doing this puts me in a position where I'm not like dying right away. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bunch of damage. So I said I was playing around Fire Blast, so I'm going to block here because I'm not really playing around Fire Blast if I just die to Fire Blast. That would be pretty dumb of me. And so I guess I cost myself 3 damage by not blocking last turn. I was thinking it was going to live. Gut shot. Well, that's an interesting one. That may have to wait for a Burning Tree Emissary. I thought I was at a higher life total than that. Shit. Okay, yeah, I screwed up. I definitely screwed up. I can beat red deck wins, I think. I'm going to bring in Life Goes On. I like Mutagenic Growth. Do I like Gut Shot? Probably I absolutely need Gut Shot because my opponent's going to be playing, what do you call it, Sparksmith? Sparksmith is very rough. I like Young Wolves because they're a speed bump. Block multiple times. Riverbow is not bad. Epic Confrontation is really expensive. Ledgewalker is pretty bad. Groundswell is bad. Rancor is not the card I want of multiples. Second Gut Shot. Alright, let's try this. Alright, let's try not to make counting mistakes, because that's embarrassing. Alright, we can do this. Got my sweet anti-red tech. No point in playing Kyrian on turn 1 unless I plan to play 2-drop on turn 2. I'm going to attack with this young wolf and then untap it with the Kyrian Ranger. Or at least threaten to do that. Because that's not bad. This is keeping me in control. I need to be in control. And that's why the mutagenic growth, stuff like that, that's why those are coming in. Because life is definitely not as important as tempo. Alright, so opponent flame jabbed me, and then did not attack. I'm going to attack again with the young wolf. Alright, still no block. Then play Kyrian untap, and then hold up hunger / binds, also / life goes on. Problem with hunger is I don't want to hunger onto the young wolf, unless the young wolf's going to die first. But that's a kink that can be worked out. Opponent has a second flame jab. Interesting. I don't really want the 1/1. It's kind of a liability when my opponent has flame jab. What is this? Goblin Arsonist. Sure. Alright, time to gain 8 life. I'm just going to have to play a control game. I think I attack. I mean, Bushwhacker kind of wrecks me, but I like being able to put pressure on my opponent. They don't have a clean way to block and deal with this. I mean, they can block, sure, but this is not very clean. Not at all. Bushwhacker just wouldn't be that bad. Maybe like Burning Tree, Burning Tree, Burning Tree. Bushwhacker would be pretty bad, but that's going to be bad no matter what. I'm at 28. As long as my opponent's cards don't trade for mine super well, as long as they don't get flooded, then I'm not going to lose. And having a 5/5 with vines up is a pretty good way to to take advantage of the situation. Opponent's got Sparksmith, and the problem with Sparksmith is that you need to be at a high life total to use it. So, yeah, sorry opponent, but I don't think that's actually going to work. It's not going to work the way you want it to work. I could cast Vines here. Can't get Fire Blasted. Opponent goes to 1 and then can't use Sparksmith, and I have a 7/5 with Trample. Opponent doesn't have Burning Tree Emissary, or they would have played it. Yeah, I'm going to use it because I can't think of anything my opponent could have that would be good. Now they're at 1. They can't use Sparksmith. I have a Trample that requires my opponent to play 4 toughness of blockers this turn in order to survive. I mean, this totally goes against what I said previously, but about not wanting to get flooded, not wanting my cards to trade inefficiently. But my opponent having Sparksmith does go towards my cards working inefficiently, and basically my cards don't work properly if my opponent gets to use a Sparksmith, and so that is essentially killing the Sparksmith. Alright, any more sideboarding to do here? Life goes on. I might consider taking this out. They're not burned. They're not lava spiking me. But it's just one card, so it's probably fine. I'm going to cut a mutagenic growth for an epic confrontation. This might be things I need to kill. I don't want to be paying too much life, but it's a good tempo card. Yeah, I can't keep this hand. Only one creature. It's bad. This hand is okay. So I'm going to wait to see what I do. I keep Riverboa because I need creatures. Boundary Street Denizen is probably fine. I'm going to make my opponent think that they're optimizing damage, but then I gut shot and they're really not. Do I play the Pit Skulk? I think no, because I'm going to get through. Actually no, I don't get shot the Boundary Street Denizen. I say that for a Sparksmith. Alright, opponent is attacking me for 5. Do I change my mind? Yeah, I changed my mind. Because the 2 life from the gut shot has already been paid for, basically. Because I'm going to cast it. I don't think my opponent has a Sparksmith. I think they would have played it there, because they know I'm going to Burning Tree Emissary right here, and they should want to interact with that. Yeah, Bow got Flame Jab, that's fine. Just as long as this guy... it's dying. Alright, that was not what I wanted. That was not good. That was also not good. I need to get through with the Carrion Ranger. Turn on my Pit Skulks. Hope my opponent plays another Bushwhacker. They're probably going to Flame Jab. So Carrion's totally not going to work. Yeah, I don't have experience playing against Flame Jab. I did not know the game was going to go like this. I definitely would not have let my opponent kill my Riverboa if I thought this is what was going to happen. This is embarrassing. Hunger is an interesting card. Alright, Pit Skulk, Pit Skulk. They Flame Jab 1, and I Hunger the other one. Yeah, that doesn't work. Alright. Got you there. Haha. Nest Invader is an excellent draw. Now I'm going to start racing. Because my opponent only has 1 card left. So now I'm at parity. Now I've somehow generated card advantage against my opponent with Flame Jab when I played 4 1-toughness creatures that died to them. Pretty weird. Goblin Cohort. I will trade Goblin for Goblin, I think. Can't attack unless my opponent's cast a creature spell this turn. Yeah, a block. Good draw. My opponent, I think, no, but because it's a pit skulk, my opponent can't really hope to block it, I think. I think my opponent is in trouble and needs to draw a bolt or something and like bolt flame jab it. I could definitely consider just not blocking, because not blocking would keep the bushwhacker back, and my opponent, of course, has to keep playing creatures. But I don't want to go too low in case my opponent has a bushwhacker, like another one in their hand. So I made that mistake last time. I'd rather not do it again. I'll end is 2 turns. Opponent's going to have a Fire Blast or Bolt plus a land in order to survive this, so I'm looking okay. Sparksmith is, I think, now a dead card. So if I take this, I go to 11. That leaves my opponent with 4 on the board. Bushwhacker would add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 10. So I'm not dead here. If my opponent has Bushwhacker next turn, maybe I'm dead to Burning Tree plus Bushwhacker. But Bushwhacker doesn't give trample, right? I can be at 11, right? My opponent has 1 card in their hand. So my opponent has Burning Tree plus Bushwhacker, then the creatures are bigger next turn, and so I'm going to block next turn. Okay, so I just don't block. Lands. Rough. At least I'm glad I drew those Nest Invaders when I did. Alright, opponent needs to draw Lightning Bolt now. I'm going to play my land. Lightning Bolt or Fire Blast, or I guess Chain Lightning too. Oh, Mog Raider does it. Mog Raider can in fact block, or create a blocker that blocks Pit Skulk. How are they going to do this? So, if I attack with this, my opponent sacks Bushwhacker and Mog Raider to turn the conscripts into a 4/4. Alright, so now I might need to block to play around Bushwhacker. No, I should just attack no matter what I draw. I think. Why'd I have to draw a Pit Skulk? Yeah, I think I attack and I trade like 3 guys for... Why couldn't I have drawn this last turn? So, let's say if my opponent has if they draw a Bushwhacker and I don't attack. Yeah, that doesn't go well for me. Alright, I have to attack here. My opponent gets to keep 1 creature. They get to choose which one. Like, Hunger's a live draw, Elephant Guide's a live draw, even Vines is a live draw, Groundswell's a live draw, if I didn't side it out, did I? No, I sided it out. Rancor's fine. Vault Scourge is questionable, because it'll get flame jabbed. But at least I'm making my opponent use the flame jab. And that's if they draw a land. Alright, opponent's going to block. I wonder what their last card is. Do they sacrifice the Maw Greater to keep the conscripts? Probably they do not. I play a 1/1. Opponent flame jabs, looks like. That's okay. Ooh, Young Wolf. I like that. Young Wolf trades pretty well for these guys. Okay, well, I drew a creature, so I'm attacking. They can totally trade if they want. They don't want to, not surprising. I'll apply 2/2. This 2/2 will trade for both of their creatures or for a creature plus a land. I mean, 7's a uncomfortable life total, because then I could die to Bolt Fire Blast. Oh god. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. No attacks. Interesting. I have Vines, which will be lethal if I can get a creature through, but my opponent has the same number of creatures as I do, so may not be able to do that. So I'm going to pass here. Let's see if my opponent pays the Echo. They do not pay the Echo. If they had Bushwhacker, like, that's pretty good. Alright, I would like to draw something. Come on, something. 2/2. 2/2 counts as something, mostly. I think I attack with both here. I just want to trade. I want to force my opponent to trade so they can't kill me with Bushwhacker. And I want the game to get over quickly so they can't kill me with Fire Blast. It's very interesting and somewhat suspicious that they didn't pay for the Mogg War Marshal and then let it die. But maybe they just said to themselves, I'm probably going to lose, so I'm going to hope that I draw a Bushwhacker. My opponent wants to, like, block, that's fine. My opponent only blocks one of them, then, or if my opponent only blocks one, then I binds the other one. And then my opponent's dead unless they have a bolt, in which case I'm very happy I got the bolt out of their hand, even if it means they're trading for the binds. It would be A little bit concerning, if they block the young wolf but not the burning tree emissary, because that means that they have a bolt in their hand and they're trying to bait me. I have to think really hard about that, about whether or not to cast vines if they block the young wolf but not the burning tree emissary. So this just indicates that they don't want to trade for the young wolf. I think it means they have nothing, but if they do, if they have a bolt, then I don't really care because I have a 2/2 to block and then a nil. So I think this is game. Do you have it? Do you have Bolt Fire Blast? Am I dead? Opponent bolts the young wolf. Okay. Game goes on. So they trade. Do they sack a goblin to make the two goblins trade for each other? Nope. They just let it chump. Alright. Sparksmith, but my opponent is at 3 and they're going to have trouble using that Sparksmith. And also I have 3 2/2s that are all going to attack here, right? Yeah, I'm attacking. Sucks that I drew another land, but I've drawn enough cards this game that I am going to draw some number of lands, and although this is slightly above par, not enough that I can complain. So like if an opponent blocks like this and goes to 1, Sparksmith is just a 1/1. I think opponents should really try to trade. I think that's what they're going to do here, because you don't just let chump, chump, chump. You sack a goblin, and you can actually sack 2 of these, and then make the Mog Raider into a 3/3, or one of them into a 3/3 anyways, and then that one lives and eats my guy. And then opponent gets to use Sparksmith exactly once. Goes to 1. As long as I don't draw a forest, I'm in good shape. I guess, no, Vault Scourge would be a bad draw, I think. Opponent is thinking. That concerns me. Opponent does not attack. Ha! Life goes on. Well, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to attack here to force my opponent to Sparksmith. Oh, no, 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 no. should have thought about that a little more. I want my opponent to take 2. Yeah, I think I just have to cast Life Goes On here. I think this is the right play. Maybe. Nah, I probably should have just cast it before combat, and then attacked with both. Force my opponent to chump. I should have thought about that. It's a little too slow. Opponent has Lightning Bolt. Okay. So, it didn't matter. I made the right play given that my opponent has Lightning Bolt in their hand. Opponent's down to 1. You know what would be a good draw? Gut Shot. Gut Shot would be a very good draw. Elephant Guide, Rancor, any pump spell would be pretty good. Oh no, opponent's flame jabbing my guys. Is he getting the other one too? That's kind of gutsy. If you can only get one of them to spend your land killing it. I think my opponent has another mountain. But now they're rethinking this plan. Okay, wait, I just said I think my opponent has another mountain. Do I really want to play the Vault Scourge? Yeah, I do, because Rancor's still a live draw as long as I have a creature on the battlefield. Rancor and Elephant Guide and Mutagenic Growth and all those things. I just want to draw Gut Shot. I just want to draw Gut Shot. So my opponent's going to hit me 9 here. I'm not in danger of dying. So I don't need to block. And they conceded! What did they have in their hand? Wow. I beat Sparksmith. That's pretty sweet. And that was a long match. So, 64 players. We're done here. I'm probably going to finish somewhere around here, and I hope I hit 16. So thank you for watching so much. I want to hear from you. If you're one of those people who think that I produce interesting things, I want to hear from you. I want to know what you want, so that I can give you what you want. I will see you next time.